Hey everyone, welcome to the second video of the Modern Neanderthal. My name's Connor, and today I'm going to run you through a few DVDs to keep your eye out on when you're in the thrift. So what I do on my eBay store is I mostly sell DVDs. So we're just going to go through that today, 5 of my top sales just for this week. So the first sale was Love American Style Season 1. Now, if you look at this table here, I've just combined a lot of information that may be useful and may give you an idea of how much you would want to pay if you saw this in the thrift. So I sold this for $94.94. I do the 0.94, just a bit of marketing strategy just to keep my brand where it is. So I sold it for $95. It cost me $2. After fees and postage, for me, I made a profit of $73.32. That leaves me with a profit margin of 77% and a return on investment of 36 times. So that means 77% of the sale price becomes profit for me, and I get 36 times return on investment. So my investment of $2 turned into $73. Now, if you were in the thrift and you're keeping your eye out for this, what would you want to pay for this to make a reasonable profit margin or return on investment? So if I wanted a profit margin of 50%, knowing that 50% of my sale was going to go in my pocket, I would be happy spending up to $25.56 for this. Okay, so walk in the store, you see this for $25. I can reasonably guarantee if you sell it for the same price, you're going to get 50% return on investment. Okay, I've just used a no band postage. So again, with a higher band postage, you'll get postage discounts. You could buy it. It'll become, you could spend more money on this to get a 50% return. If you're thinking about return on investment, so the money I invest, how much return I would get on that, what I'd have to think about is one, I want a 10, how much return on investment? So I'm going to just use the statistic 10. So what money can I invest to ensure that I get a 10% return on investment, or 10 times return on investment, sorry. That would be $6.64, and my profit would be $66. Okay, one of the things to keep an eye out for is sometimes Region 1 DVDs, so designed for the USA, may hold a lot of money. A lot of them don't. So there's a lot of movies, if you're just looking at the normal movies, Region 1 won't hold a lot of value, but DVDs that weren't produced in Region 4 or Region 0 do hold a lot of value. The next item we've got here is Rush Season 4. So if you've listened to Uncle Wayno on YouTube, he's talked a lot about how Australian TV shows can hold a lot of money. Same thing here. So Rush Season 4 sold for $40. The cost for me was zero. I do a lot of hard rubbish collecting. This was found in a collection there, so that's good for me. My fees for this was $6.88. That's because I promoted my sale. I tend to promote things that are over $40. My postage was $8.88. My profit was $24.18. My profit margin, 60%. So 60% of that $40 went in my pocket. The return of investment was infinite because I paid nothing for it. So it's free money. If we're looking at our profit margin, if I wanted a 50% profit margin, I would be happy paying up to $5.26 for this DVD. So a lot of times when you're out in the thrift, you see seasons for $5, for $2. Looking at this, is it worth paying $5 for this? Yes, because you will return a profit of about $20. Your return on investment, if I wanted to basically multiply my money by 10, okay, so I wanted 10 times return on investment, I could spend $2.29. So most of the time you'll see, or a lot of the times you'll see seasons for $2. Sometimes, depends on the thrift store. So $2, you get $20 back. Works for me. Other thing to point out, this is season 4, or series 4, sorry, that sometimes the earlier series aren't worth money, but in this case, I don't actually know for Rush, but the end of the latter series are worth money. Item 3 on the list. As you can see, this was a earlier listing of mine. Photo is not as good, but we have a music art house DVD. Okay, this sold for 20 bucks. As you can see by the cover, it doesn't look like our standard region 4. It doesn't have the M on the front. Okay, this is actually region 0. So you want to check that. You can check that by looking on the back. It sold for $20. It cost me $2. Fee after fees. I send my stuff untracked for low enough price because it's just not worth it in my mind to send it tracked. And also, I prefer having a bubble mailer just to have the item safely protected. Okay, the profit for this was $11.70. The profit margin turned out to be 58% and return on investment being 5.85. If I was looking to get a 50% return on investment, I'd be happy spending $3.73 on this DVD. If I wanted a 10 times return on investment, I'd be happy spending $1.25. I put this in there purely because when you see DVDs like this with no rating on the front, I wouldn't write them off straight away. I'd also look at what region it is and does it hold any sort of value, and I thought this was just a little bit of a weird one, so I looked it up, picked it up, and sold it. I think it took 3 months to sell, but a 5.85 return on investment is pretty good. Number 4, the Pirate Movie. Put this one in because I've sold multiple copies of this. I've picked up multiple copies of this. Works really well for me. I list this one for $35. I did my 5% off sale. Eventually sold for $33.19. That's why it's not the 0.94. It cost me $2. Fees and postage. Again, sent this in a large letter. It cost me $2.20 postage. This only has one disc in it. That's why it's a bit cheaper. Our profit was $24. Profit margin up above the 70%. We like that. 70% of the money, 70% of a sale in our pocket. Really good. Return on investment was 12. So our cost was $2. We get 12 times that back. Thinking about this, if I wanted a profit margin of 50%, I could buy this for $9. If I wanted a return on investment of 10 times, I could spend $2 on this. So when you see this DVD in the store, thrift store for $2, pick it up, you get your money back 10 times. Last but not least, this is another different region. So as we showed earlier, we have region 1. This is region 2, which is UK. It is still PAL, it's not NTSC. Okay, but it's Life on Mars, the BBC version. Okay, a lot of the times BBC stuff still sells for more than American stuff. There's a lot of American TV shows that are just trash. So this one is not the remake. This is the initial one. We got series 1 and series 2. I picked this up for $4, sold it for $50. Okay, after fees and postage, I came out with a profit of $29. So again, we're looking at a profit margin above 50%. That's really good, especially when the sale price is above $40. So we've got a 58% profit margin and a return on investment of 7. So the higher your cost of goods, the lower your return on investment can be to still be worth it. So in this case, our cost of goods, if we wanted a profit margin of 50%, we could spend up to $9 on these DVDs. If we want a return on investment of 10, we'd only pay 3. But that's about it. I'll wrap it up there, and we'll leave it for next week to see what I sell and what DVDs to keep your eye out for on the thrift. Have a good weekend, everyone, and stay safe.